The purpose of this short video is to give you an overview of shopping and meal prep as it relates to your Lean Life Method nutrition journal and associated template. So let's look at how much you need to buy, how to prep it, how to store it, and then implement it into your routine in line with your journal. There are four main questions we need to ask when shopping and prepping for nutritious food that matches our nutrition template. What should I buy? How much should I buy? How should I prepare what I buy? And how should I store what I buy? So first, what should I buy? Well, we have four icons that we use throughout our nutrition journal in the Lean Life Method. So we're going to base our choices off of those icons: proteins, vegetables, carbs, and fats. This full list is in your journal, so check that out, and you can expand upon it as well. How much should I buy? If we know what we love to eat, then we got to ask ourselves, well, how much do I need on a weekly basis or every 3 to 5 days, whatever your prep period is. We'll look at these four food groups, and let's take the example of this nutrition template. So 3 plates a day for 7 days. We're doing 2 palms of protein, 3 fists of vegetables, 2 cupped hands of carbs, and 2 thumbs of fat per main meal. Protein, 6 palms per day, 7 days, that's 42 palms per week. So we just go through and add up the vegetables, the carbohydrates, the fats that we need in a week, and then we get the total amount. How does that break down on a weekly basis in the form of meals? Well, I'm going to pick the proteins that I love. So I like eggs for breakfast, I like chicken breast at lunch, and I'm going to do grass-fed beef at dinner. So all I have to do is break up that 42 servings into the amounts that I want per meal, and then divide. I can just kind of figure out, okay, if I do 2 eggs per palm or 4 eggs in a plate in the morning, that's what that's going to be for the course of the week. Same thing with chicken breast and grass-fed beef. Here, with grass-fed beef, I've figured that a palm is about 4 ounces of meat, so 8 ounces per plate gives me 3.5 pounds that I need for the week. I do the same thing with vegetables, the same thing with carbs, and the same thing with fats. Fats you typically store more in bulk, like mixed nuts and oils and those kind of things, so you might not need to shop for those as much, but for sure the protein, the carbs, and the vegetables, you'll need to shop for them pretty frequently. And I'd say as far as preparation goes, let's look at what it takes to prep these foods. As you can see with fats on the far right, like dry storage and refrigeration, minimal prep when it comes to our fats. But carbs, vegetables, and protein, we need to spend a little bit more time typically. Thankfully, we can buy a lot of fresh vegetables and carbs like berries and kale and spinach and mushrooms that are already washed and chopped, so we don't really need to do a lot there. Most of the prep time, I think, goes into the protein, where we're going to spend some time marinating, grilling, smoking, slow cooking, baking, broiling, boiling, steaming, or sauteing what we love to eat. And if we do that in bulk, it makes it really, really easy to access them throughout the week. And I always recommend storing these food groups separately from one another in the fridge instead of combining them together into plates and leaving them together for multiple days. It's much better to grab these bulk ingredients and then apply them the night before into a plate that we take with us in a Tupperware or make it the day of. So how should I store what I buy? Well, I recommend that we store our protein, our vegetables, and our fresh carbs like berries and such in a certain order in our fridge. We want to look at the protein being in the bottom, vegetables and good berries and everything else being about eye level. And then, of course, in the freezer, we can store vegetables, protein, and carbs, in whatever way we choose. And then our sauces and dairy and those kind of things can go on the side. So we want to build out a fridge that lends to us making healthy choices. And one thing here that I would mention is it's very important to store our things in an organized manner. How many times have you gotten a bunch of fresh vegetables and left them in those little plastic bags in the bottom, and then 2 weeks later you look at it, it's totally rotten and kind of scary down there? So what we want to do is we want to take our vegetables and put them in nice containers, invest a little bit in that, like produce saving containers that you see on the left. And then for our meat, our protein, we can put them in sealed containers, some nice Tupperware Rubbermaid containers or whatever you choose. But have a way that you organize this stuff, and once a week or twice a week, however much you prep, make sure that you create a professional kitchen feel and have those bulk ingredients prepped and ready to go. So in summary, what should I buy? How much should I buy? How should I prepare what I buy? And how should I store what I buy? are all covered in our nutrition journal and are mainly going to be, we're going to dive into them mostly on the online platforms. So here you know what you should buy as far as a list of foods, you know how much you should buy. The preparation, I'm going to encourage you to go out and find ways that you love to prepare these different ingredients. Look for recipes. We'll be posting a lot of those things on our website and Facebook, Instagram, and other sources. So you can find stuff through us, but there's so much out there. Look for ways to educate yourself when it comes to the preparation of these foods. Storage is very simple. Back to that visual of the fridge, make sure that you keep things as they, in their bulk ingredients separate from one another, and that's a really great way to go about it. So just to wrap up this video, make sure that you stay plugged into the community that we have with the Lean Life Method, because we're going to be exploring different prep methods, different storage methods, different shopping methods. It's going to be constantly updated, and there's so much information out there. Make sure you dig into the resources that you have online. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you implement this into your routine, because it's going to make all the difference for you as you match that environment with the custom template that you have.